Hello and welcome. I'm Sergeant Ted McDonald. The beautiful warm weather of summertime means many service members are heading outdoors during their off-duty hours. There's a major downside to that, says the Defense Department. With the nice weather come more accidents, the most coming from motorcycles. Marine Sergeant Brian Buckwalter has a closer look at the statistics.
On the popular video sharing site YouTube, the video quality can be low, but the message still comes across clear. Motorcycles are dangerous. But there's no denying that motorcycle riding is becoming more popular among service members. Officials cite high gas prices and money made from deployments as two of the reasons. As summer reaches its midpoint, DoD officials released numbers that show since Memorial Day, 50 service members have died in off-duty accidents. 37 of those deaths were in motor vehicles, and more sobering, 25 of those 37 service members were killed on motorcycles. Memorial Day marks the beginning of what DoD calls the 101 critical days of summer, when service members traditionally spend more of their off-duty time outdoors. It's also a period where officials say they see more accidents. Videos like this one, available at the Air Force Safety Office's website, address the issue of car and motorcycle accidents, touching on points like wearing proper protective clothing and not drinking and driving. But DoD says motor vehicle accidents remain the #1 cause of off-duty deaths. According to a safety message from Defense Secretary Robert Gates, last year 77 service members were killed in off-duty vehicle accidents during the 101 days.
Again, that was Sergeant Brian Buckwalter reporting. The DoD is addressing the issue of motorcycle deaths and has been for some time. One way is through hands-on training. Every service member who wants to ride must complete a motorcycle safety foundation course, similar to the one taught at Fort Belvoir, Virginia.
I started riding when I was 18, but I had a break in the riding, and then I guess about 9 years ago, came back to street riding and took the basic rider course myself and was very impressed by it. So I thought, you know, someday I'd like to be an instructor in that, because I learned how little I knew from my early riding days. On this side, try to look further ahead. Okay, use your peripheral vision on this side. I guess I'd describe myself as a rider in the early days as untrained, reckless, young. Like I was 18. My brother-in-law said first gear is down, the rest of the gears are up. That was my total training. So I'm lucky to be alive today. Yeah, rock on, rock star. Recently, there's been a rise in the number of motorcycle accidents and certainly motorcycle fatalities around the Army and the other services. I believe have experienced the same thing. And in one sense, it doesn't surprise me, because there's been an increase in the number of people who are riding motorcycles.
My truck went from $40 a week in gas to over $120 a week in gas. This bike, I put $12 in a week. I'm happy to see that, you know, the Army and the other services are taking motorcycle safety seriously. Okay, so as you're coming towards us, we're just going to remind you to slow with both brakes and look. Okay, remember, it's slow, look, press, roll. So that'll be the coaching we're going to be doing on the range. I just think it's great to have the motorcycle safety courses available so that people keep their mental side of motorcycling just as in tune as their physical side.
I want to say that, I mean, if people go out there to just enjoy themselves, I think they ought to just use more cautions.
You know, I have had friends that have crashed, and I always try to take something away from it, you know, a lesson learned, so that, you know, I can avoid, you know, crashing myself. Yeah, so that's just working on balance, clutch control, keeping your head and eyes looking forward. Be a lifelong learner, especially if you were taught by a brother-in-law like I was. Nothing against my brother-in-law, great guy, but you know, just he gave me very little information to go on, and so a lot of it was self-taught, and I found out later I had taught myself a lot of the wrong things. So, you know, take the basic rider course. Once you've taken that, take the experienced rider course continually, every year if you have the opportunity. And then, you know, the military just is, with the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, has come out with a military sport bike course. If you ride a sport bike, that's another one to add to your list, because there's some great life-saving tips that are available and techniques that you can use to improve your chances of surviving on the road and living to be an old rider.
For more information about motorcycle safety classes in your area, contact your installation safety office.